moment when you arrive to settle in. You can rock, you can roll, you can reach, stretch. Sense of how the body feels on this day, this time, in this moment. When you're ready, we'll bend the knees, step the feet wide, but let the knees fall in. Reach your arms out like a T, and then just let your head rock side to side, starting with the backs of the hands on the floor. If there's a sensation that arises that you'd like to explore, please feel free. When you're ready, just internally rotate the arm bones, bring the palms of the hands. Continue to let the head rock from side to side. Noticing if the internal rotation of the arm bones changes sensation. When you're ready, externally rotate the arm bones, return the backs of the hands forward. Let the knees begin to rock from side to side. The knees are going to move with the head. See how this feels. When you're ready, internally rotate the arm bones. Continue to let the knees rock side to side. Noticing if this changes sensation. Reset the soles of the feet on the floor. You can reset the arms in a comfortable position. Find your pelvic tilts. Tucking and untucking the tailbone, moving with as little effort as possible. Ready. Allowing this to evolve into a quick bridge. Continuing to move with as little effort as possible. Turn the pelvis to the floor. Step the feet wide. Again, just let the knees fall in so they're supporting each other. Bring your arms into a goal post or cactus arm position with the elbows bent. From here, you're going to rotate the arm bones. The elbows will remain bent, but you're going to lift the forearms to point the fingers fingertips towards the ceiling, and then lower the palms of the hands towards the floor. They're probably not going to touch. And then lift the arm bones, lift the forearms, point the fingertips to the ceiling, lower the backs of the hands to the floor. Continuing in that manner. Noticing your range without forcing it. Taking another round or two. Turn the backs of the hands to the floor. We're going to do this. The arms are going to move in opposite directions. So keep the right arm as it is. Lift your left fingertips and then lower the left palm of the hand towards the floor. And now both arms switch. And switch, continuing on your own. Perhaps noticing if moving the arms in alternating directions impacts your range of motion, impacts sensation. We keeping the shoulders on. So the shoulder blades have to move with the arms here. I mean, that's not entirely true. Allow the shoulders and the shoulder blades to move with the arms. We're going to add the head. Turn your gaze in the direction of the externally rotating arm. So whatever the back of the hand comes to the floor, that's the direction your head turns. Does that change sensation? Does that change your range? When you're ready, adding the legs, the knees are going to turn with the head. Towards the externally rotating arm. Bring the head, the knees to stillness. Continue to move the arms. When you're ready, you're going to turn the head in the direction of the internally rotating arm. So whichever arm, whichever hand is on it, comes to the floor. Noticing difference in sensation. When you're ready, the knees are going to move with the head towards the internally rotating arm. See if that changes. And perhaps also becoming aware of the difference, I should have mentioned this earlier, but the difference between right and left sides. You're gonna pause, just reach the arms out like a T, slide the legs away, take a few moments here, getting big, getting soft, getting heavy. Turn the soles of the feet to the floor, set your arms in a comfortable position, return to your pelvic tilts. You're going to continue with your pelvic tilts. Again, not working 100% effort, so as little effort as possible. And then every few rounds, you're going to reset feet. So perhaps you slide your feet away, noticing how this impacts your ability to move, how it impact sensation. Slide your feet closer to the body. Maybe step your feet closer to each other. Or wider. And then start to set the feet in asymmetrical positions. So the legs no longer match. You can even work through the heel. So if you slide your legs further away, you may find that the sole of the foot doesn't come to the floor completely. So maybe you're just working that. In each of these positions, becoming aware of the pushing and the pulling action through your legs. So can you initiate your pelvic tilt from the feet? And then finally, you're going to explore your hip bridge. And you may want to start with the feet symmetrical, lifting and lowering, resetting when you choose. And then setting the feet in asymmetrical positions when you're ready. Slowly each new position, noticing the effect of the body, noticing effort. After another round or two, return the pelvis to the floor. Extend your right leg to the ceiling, clasp the hands behind the back of the leg, bend and extend the leg. Pressing the right leg into the hips. Reach your right heel to the ceiling, circle the foot at the ankle. First in one direction, and reverse the direction. Reach through the right heel, press the leg into the hands, or to draw the leg in towards the chest. And then push the leg into the hands. Use that push to peel the back of the head, the shoulders off the floor. Do it again. Lower the shoulders, the head. Pull the right leg in towards the chest. And then push the right leg. Lowering back down. Pull the right leg into the chest and pause. You're going to release the hands. Try not to let the right leg move away from the body. So find hip flexor strength. We're going to hold here for 3, 2, and 1. You can release that leg. Maybe give it a kick or a shake. Maybe you can jiggle the right leg. Yeah. Return the right foot to the floor. Extend the left leg to the ceiling. Start by bending and extending the leg. Pushing the leg into the hands. And then reach through the heel. Circle the foot at the ankle. Reversing the direction. pausing. As you reach the heel, you're going to draw your left leg in towards your chest. And then push the left leg into the hands, peel the back of the head, the shoulders off the foot. Do it again. Hold the leg in. And then push the leg away. Hold the leg in and pause. Using the arms to pull the leg close and then release the hands. Try not to let the leg move away from the body. Breathing here. Finding your hip flexion for 3, 2, 1. And release the bends. The foot comes to the floor. Move however. Oh, yes, thank you. Sorry. Reaching through the heel. You're going to start by kicking the leg and then maybe finding a jiggle. Good. Now bring the foot to the floor. Allowing for some movement, whatever feels appropriate at this moment in time. And then making your way towards the table. Taking movement when you arrive, feel free to cushion underneath the knees, shifting forward and back, circling through the hips. As you're ready, shift your weight into your right hand. We're going to circle around the left hand. Every aspect of the hand to touch the floor. And then reverse the direction. Good. Bring the hand to the floor, switching sides. And then reverse the direction. Good. Bring the hand to the floor, spread the fingers wide, start to shift your body forward and back. As you lean forward, noticing the angle at the wrists. The next time you shift forward, you're going to pause. Notice that angle at the wrist, and you're in wrist extension. You're going to start to shift the hips back, peel your fingers, the palms of the hands off the floor, sitting back towards the heels. Good. And then press the heels of the hands down. Pull yourself forward and lean forward. Do it again. Try to maintain that angle as you sit back. Pull through the hands to shift forward. Good. Last one. Maintain that angle as you shift back. You're going to pause. You can sneak your hands a little bit further forward. Keep the palms of the hands lifted. Tap the palms of the hands on the floor and lift. Tap and lift. For the first few rounds, you're trying to lift the palms of the hands as high as you can off the floor, keeping the elbows straight. And then you start to tap a bit more quickly. In doing so, you can't lift the hands quite as high. That's okay. Just tapping more quickly. Good. Hands are still active. Try not to let this tension move up into your neck. Pushing the heels of the hands down, elbows straight, continuing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down, come forward. You're going to lift your thumb off and lift both thumbs off the floor. Peel the palm of the left hand and then the palm of the right hand off. And then lower both at the same time. Keep the thumbs lifted. Palm of right, palm of left, and lower. Try to keep the length of the fingers on the floor as you lift the hands. That may limit how high you can lift the hands. That's okay. You are lifting one, the other, lowering them both slowly. Good. Starting with left, right, lower, right, left, lower. Good. Sit back on the heels. Let's just shake out the hands. That'll be cool. Grab your blocks. Step your right foot forward. Turn to the left, coming into an open hipped position. Start to rock forward into the left leg and rock back. You can explore your range here, so coming as far forward as you can, using the blocks if you need to sit back towards the left heel. Good. Stack your hips over your back knee. Take a few rounds of pelvic tilt here, tucking and untucking the tailbone. And then with a little bit of a tuck of the tailbone, let your right leg move. That's okay. Hamstrings are already starting to speak to us. Good. With the right sole of foot on the floor, with a little bit of a tuck of the tailbone, you're going to squeeze your legs together, pulling your right heel towards your left knee to right heel, and now push the legs apart. Do it again. Pull together, push apart. Last time, pull together. Use your right heel to pull you forward. Use your left knee to pull you back. Do it again. So this is starting to awaken your right hamstring. And pull back. One more time. Pull forward. And pull back. Good. You're going to turn to face the front of the room. Take some movement here. Hands on blocks. With hands on the floor. Perhaps you start to experiment hands free. What's up?
I just cheated.
Oh, yeah. There's no cheating. Good. Stack your hips over your back knee. Find your pelvic tilts, tucking it on top of the tailbone. Pausing with a little bit of a tuck of the tailbone, let your right leg move. And then pause. Scissor your legs closed. You're pulling your right heel back, dragging your left knee forward. You can use that to find the contraction through the belly. Push the legs apart. Good. Do it again. So we add this whole contraction up into the torso. Push apart. Pull together and pause. Use your right heel to pull you forward. Use your left knee to pull you back. Do it again. Roll yourself forward and back. Pull forward and pull back. From here, we're going to sit to the back heel. You're welcome to grab a block and sit on a block. With the right leg extended out long, internally and externally rotate the leg. Is that neat? And then with the heel on the floor, press the heel down and then pull it back. Good, and push it forward. Do it again. Pull the heel back. Push forward. Pull the heel back and pause. As you pull the heel back, can you pull yourself off that block? Good, and then sit back. Take your time. We're going to do it a few times. If you only get one in, that's okay. Or none, that's fine. Good. And pull back. Last time. Pull forward and stay. You're going to step the right leg back Step the left leg forward. And then turn to the right. Take a little bit of movement. Shifting into the left leg and shifting back. You can start relatively small. Perhaps hands on blocks or hands on the floor. Maybe sitting all the way back to the right. One side will always be a little bit easier than the other. Good. Pull yourself forward and pause. Stack the hips over the back knee. Find your pelvic tilt. Tucking and untucking tailbone. With a little bit of a tuck of the tailbone, let your left leg move. You can always tell when they've had a good workout across the hall. Come out of it really pumped. Good. With the sole of the foot on the floor, maintain a little tuck of the tailbone. You're going to squeeze your legs closed. Then you find the co-contraction in the belly, and then push the legs apart. Do it again. Legs come together, and then push apart. Good. Squeeze. Pause here. Use your left heel to pull forward. Use your right knee to pull back. Do it again. Pull forward. And pull back. Last time. Pull forward. And pull back. Very nice. Releasing this, turn to face the front of the room. Allow for some movement when you arrive. So I intentionally build in these opportunities to move, so you have an opportunity, again, to figure out how the body feels, what's going on. Where do you have to be a little cautious? Where are you feeling good? And now we stack the hips over the back knee. Find your pelvic tilts. Very nice. With a little tuck of the tailbone, move that left leg. Move in and move out. With the sole of the foot on the floor, maintain that tuck of the tailbone. Use your front heel to pull you forward. Use your back knee to pull you back. Do it again. Pull yourself forward. Back. Did I forget something? No. Why is it tuck of the tailbone? Okay, try it without a tuck of the tailbone. Yeah, yep. The tuck of the tailbone helps us to find the stability of the back leg. It's what creates that co-contraction up into the belly, and it helps us with our balance. Thank you for asking. Good. And then when you're ready, you're going to sit back to the heel. You can adjust the height of the block to whatever is appropriate to accommodate the right knee. And just so you know, in this position, Mary, with your right knee elevated on the blanket, you've got more of a bend in that right. So you may, in this circumstance, you may want to pull the blanket out from underneath you. I would just at this moment in time.
I really need cushion though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then maybe, I mean, and really, it seems to be okay on this. Okay,
Yeah,
on this side. So yeah. Good. So pressing your heel down into the floor, you're going to pull it back. Good. And push it forward. Can you feel the initiation that would propel you forward? And release. Do it again. Push the heel down. You may need to use your hands. You may need to use your back leg. Pull yourself forward. Good, and then sit back. The second one's a little bit easier. Pull yourself forward and back. Pull yourself forward and we will stay. Good. Step it back.
I'm pushing more than I'm pulling.
That's okay. Pushing more than pulling, at least in the beginning, is fine. It's not as if you're not pulling at all. If you're trying to pull, then there is pulling happening. And you just have to give yourself time. You're not cheating. There's no cheating. Okay. As in, you can't cheat. Whatever you're doing is great.
Yeah.
Except when it's not. So, with the hands on the blocks, take a few rounds of cat and cow. Breathing through the nose. Pause in your cat pose with the tailbone tucked, the head tucked. Push the hands down and forward to shift your hips back. And then pull through the hands to come forward. Continue in this manner. I'd really like for you to notice the movement of the shoulder blades on back body, the arms. Do you feel rotation in the arm bones as you move? You may not, but perhaps you do. The next time you come forward, pause, return to your neutral spine. Pressing through the hands, you've got to find the co-contraction in the belly. So the muscles of the belly are engaged. Can you push through the hands and spread the shoulder blades without dropping the head, without rounding the spine? And then drop the chest between the line of the arms and squeeze the shoulder blades. Again, without dropping the head, without any changes to the pelvis. Do it again. Push through the hands to spread the shoulder blades and squeeze the shoulder blades. Last time, spread the shoulder blades and squeeze the shoulder blades. Return to neutral, take a little bit of movement. As you're ready, you're going to extend your left leg out behind you with the toes on the floor, circle around the foot. Good. First in one direction, and then reverse the direction. Good. With legs still extended, toes curled, take a few rounds of cat and cow. Noticing sensation through the left leg, the belly, the shoulders. Pause in neutral, reaching through the crown of the head, return to your shoulder blade protraction and retraction. So push through the hands to spread the shoulder blades without rounding the spine. And squeeze the shoulder blades without dropping the belly. Continue on your own. How can we use the extended left leg to help you? And then pause, breathing here. Curl the toes of your right foot. Press down through your left foot and the right toes. Can you hover your right knee off the floor? Breathing here. Lower the right knee. Lower the left knee. Second side, extending out through the right leg and circle. First in one direction, and then reverse the direction. Good, the toes curl, find your cat and cow. Come to neutral spine, find protraction and retraction. Noticing the similarities between cat and cow and protraction and retraction, become aware of the differences. Pause in neutral, the belly is engaged. Curl the toes of your left foot. Can you push down through your right foot and your left foot to hover the left knee? Good, breathing here. Left knee comes down, right knee comes down. Take some movement. As you're ready, you're gonna come to your belly, but I think I'd like for you to have your blanket in front of you. Meredith, I don't know if you're on a sliding floor. We're gonna do a little bit of sliding here, so just do the best you can. You may not need a blanket. If you're on a carpet, you may be able to do this without the blanket. So when you arrive, you're just gonna start in a crocodile pose. Stack your hands, rest your forehead on the back of the hands. You can wiggle out through the hips. You can bend your knees and let your feet swing from side to side. Lower the feet to the floor. In this position, take a few rounds of pelvic tilts, tucking in on top. So as you move the pelvis, developing an awareness of the muscles that are involved, developing an awareness of your relationship to the floor. When do things come into contact with the floor? When do parts of the body come into contact with the floor? When do they lift? How are they coming into contact with the floor? Is there some kind of physical pressure? Are you using muscular strength to find that resistance? You're going to pause and then find a little bit of a pelvic tilt. Press your hips into the floor, lift and hover your right leg, reaching the toes to the back of the room, and lower. Lift and hover your left leg, and lower. Take a few more rounds on your own. Maintain that pelvic tilt. Continue to press the frontal hip bones into the floor. Notice how that feels. And then when you're ready, you're going to continue to lift and lower the legs, but I want you to release the muscular strength through the rest of the body. So the glutes are soft, the belly is soft. Noticing the difference in the movement, in the sensation, in the control. And then take your final few rounds, retucking the tailbone. Breathe into back body. One more with the right, one more with the left, and release. You can wiggle out through your hips. You're welcome to bend your knees, let your feet swing from side to side.
That was a very helpful sequence.
Good, good. So I'm glad that that helped someone. Hopefully more than one person. But again, it's just a demonstration, based on Mary's question, like what is the intention behind the tucking of the tailbone? We're gonna try it again, moving towards a back bend using the upper body. For those of you who have shoulder concerns, low back concerns, I don't want you to release muscular tension entirely. So you will have an opportunity to kind of play with that. But let's start with the arms extended out long, palms of the hands are on the floor. The forehead is going to be resting on the floor or on some kind of cushioning. You want the arms to be able to slide. So again, start with some muscular engagement. Little tuck of the tailbone, breathe into that body, press your feet down into the floor. You're going to reach your fingertips forward And then feeling the shoulders lift towards the ears. And now pull the shoulders away from the ears. Continue in that manner. Maintain that full contraction. Sometimes in another movement modality, it's called irradiation. It is the engagement of more than one muscle together to isolate the action just in the shoulders and shoulder blades. And now take a few moments where you release that effort, still moving the arms, noticing if there's an impact on other parts of the body. And now re-engage. The glutes, breathe into back body, pressing the feet down. As you pull the arms back, you're going to bend the elbows, come into a sphinx pose. Good, and then push forward. Yeah, you're welcome to adjust your mat, adjust yourself, pull back. Can you maintain as much effort in the glutes, breathing into back body as possible, in the belly? So you have to decrease the effort a little bit to come into back bend. And then take a few rounds where there's little to no effort to the glutes and the belly at all. And this is where I mentioned, if you've got any shoulder concerns, if you've got low back discomfort, you may want to maintain a little bit of effort to the belly. Just to kind of offload the weight from the shoulders and the back.
Yeah, I can't get up here without engaging everything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good. And then just reach through the hands and rest. Any other questions, concerns, comments, complaints? Nothing? But are you feeling the difference?
I am.
Good.
Not sure what to make of it.
That's okay. Yeah.
But I do.
Good.
Sloppy.
Sloppy?
You said it felt sloppy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. When you're not using muscles, it feels really, really sloppy. And sloppy may not feel good. Like you're kind of hanging off your joints. And then when you engage, it's I mean, I brought it up before, it's that it's called the tensegrity model. So like you're using the tissue, the tensegrity of the tissues to be able to contract, to kind of hold the bones in a position where they feel more comfortable, so you're not collapsing on them. Yeah. I know I brought up tensegrity before, but not always. Good, very good. So let's pull the elbows in and pause. Now you're gonna press, take a few shoulder shoulders here. Big and slow, and then reverse the direction. And then pause, press the forearms down into the floor, start to breathe into back body. Feel the glutes engage. Can you feel your belly beginning to hover off the floor? You may start to feel, as I mentioned before, you may start to feel this kind of, you're offloading. You're coming all out of the shoulders a little. And then just release and hang. Do it again. Push down, breathe into back body. This time, start to feel your knees press down. Can you begin to lift your pelvis off the floor? And release. Good job. One last time. Push down through the forearms. Find that co-contraction, engagement through the belly. Lifting the belly, push your knees down. Start to lift the pelvis as you, if you think about pulling your knees forward, the pelvis starts to move back. And release. Come down, slide the arms away, take a moment to rest. Good, you can push your blanket out of the way, you may need to reset your mat. You're gonna bring your hands to the floor underneath the shoulders with the elbows lifted. Take a few shoulder circles here, first in one direction, and then the other. And then pause, push the hands down, start to peel up into a little bit of a back. Good. And lower. This time, before you lift into your back bend, can you find the muscular engagement through the belly, breathe into back body, and now push the hands down, peel up into that. Good. And lower. Do that a few more times, going back and forth with less effort through the belly and then more effort through the belly. Noticing the difference in perhaps the shape of your back bend, the sensation of your back bend, the quality of the back bend. And release.
It includes breathing into the back.
Yes, oftentimes I try to say those two things together. Sometimes I will use one and not the other. But breathing into your back body requires muscular engagement of the belly. And in the way that I try to use my language here, engaging the belly means breathing into back body. It does not mean pulling the navel under the spine, because we don't do that here. Good. Looks like we're done with that. So bring the hands to the floor, push down through the hands. Can you engage, instead of moving into a back bend, engage the belly, push through hands and knees, come right up into a table pose. Okay, so movement when moving. Back down the blocks, back down a blanket. You're going to hold the blanket underneath your left knee. Grab your ball. You're going to bring the ball under your right foot. You're going to start with the right knee bend.
Back here. Okay. I'm just looking to see how far back you've got it on your leg.
It's kind of like right underneath my ankle when my right knee is on the floor. And the ball is going to roll underneath your shin bone. So you're going to push through the hands, find neutral spine, try to maintain neutral spine, and then you're just going to roll, extend your right leg back, and then pull the right leg. I'd like for you to roll the ball with as little weight on the ball as possible. So as you slide the ball back, your right glute and your right hamstring have to engage to prevent you from resting on the ball. Good. Reach back and pause. Can you just hover your right shin off the ball? Feeling the co-contraction through your belly. I want it to touch the ball. Good, so not quite that much. Nice job. And then pull the right leg forward, You're gonna grab the ball and bring it behind your right knee. So now you're squeezing the ball between the calf and the hamstring. Push down through the hands, maintain neutral spine. Again, you're pulling your right knee forward. And reaching back.
Was that you?
That was me. Yes, this is. I am not enjoying this. Good. So you're squeezing the ball, maintain neutral spine, neutral pelvis the whole time.
I'm not to lean, right?
Rest for a moment. What was the question?
I'm not to lean to the left.
That is correct, but that's not your primary goal. What I really want you to focus on is maintaining neutral spine. So I'm here, pulling my knee forward. I want to round my back. So how do I pull my knee forward with keeping neutral spine? And then pushing my leg back, I want to go into a back bend. How do I do that without moving into back bend? Mary Ruth, your mute button. You're
Oh, it feels like a hip hinge. Is it a hip hinge?
It's a hip hinge. It is a hip hinge. So it's hip flexion into hip extension, which is a hip hinge, adding hamstring flexion, which makes it awful.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes.
A lot of technical knowledge.
A lot. Yes. You'll find awful in all of the anatomy books. Yeah. Good. Everyone okay? Second side. So you're going to start with the ball underneath. It's underneath my ankle. And just so you know, the intention of the blanket is one, to cushion, but also to create enough space for the leg to move. Sometimes if we're not on a blanket, the knee's going to come in contact with the floor, and we don't really want to worry about that today. So push through the hands. Find neutral spine, which requires not just belly strength. I apologize. I could have said more about this before. It is a cross-body connection from the push of the left hand to the right knee. And now you're going to reach your left foot back and then pull the left knee forward. You are trying not to push the leg, the foot into the ball, which is easy-ish when you pull forward, but when you push back, there is a desire to push the leg down. We're trying to engage that back line. Reach your left leg back, pushing down through your left hand, right knee. You're going to lift your left leg. You can still feel the ball, but you are supporting the leg with your back body and with your belly. Good. And release. Nice job. Take a moment to rest as you grab the ball, bring it behind your left. Return to your table, neutral spine, hover the knee, pull it forward and back. Trying to limit the impact of this movement on your pelvis and your spine, which is going to limit your range to some extent. Good. And rest. Everyone okay? So move the blanket back underneath the left knee. No ball. I'm going to encourage you to have hands on blocks, but you don't have to. Push through the hands, find neutral spine. Push down to the left knee to hover the right knee. Can you bring the knees level and lower? So when the right knee comes to the floor, the pelvis rotates to the left. As you push through the left knee, the pelvis levels. Take a few rounds. The next time your right knee is lifted, you're going to extend your right leg out behind you. Push down through the left hand. Start to find external rotation of the left hand. Swing your left toes behind you. Rotate open into a modified Vashisthasana. And then return to this plank variation. Bring the hand back to the block. You're going to do it again. Push through the left hand. Rotate the left arm bone to open and close. This time we're going to stay. Push to open, pause, reach your right fingertips to the ceiling. As you push through the left hand and reach through the right fingertips, can you feel your shoulder blades broadening across the width of the rib cage? And now find a little bit of glute strength, press the hips forward as you breathe into back body. Can you float the right leg up? Good, breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. The right leg comes down and come out of it. Good work. Let's take that on the second side. So your right knee is supported, your left knee is on the floor. Take a few rounds, pushing through the hands, the right knee to level the pelvis. And do it again. Push to level and lower. Push to level, pause. Extend your left leg out behind you. Press down to the hands. Externally rotate the right arm. Start to, as you push, rotate open to the left. And then close. Do it again. Push to rotate open and close. Push to rotate open and pause. Beginning with the upper body, supporting yourself on your right arm, reaching through the left fingertips. Can you feel the shoulder blades broaden? And then the glutes engage, pressing the hips forward, but breathe into back body, feeling the front body engage. Can you float the left leg up? Breathing here. And then lower the left foot, return the left hand to the block, or take a little bit of heat. Is everyone okay? Wrists are bothering. Okay.
I adjust.
Yeah, I'd like to do that one more time, and we're actually going to make it a little bit more challenging, so you're welcome to get off the train at any point in time. This time, so the left knee is going to be supported. We're going to start in the same way, but we're going to squeeze the ball between the thighs. I want to try and awaken the inner line of the legs. So you're going to squeeze the ball between the thighs, push through the hand, return to this rotation. So when the right knee is on the floor, you may sense it's your left knee that squeezes the ball, or the left side of the left leg squeezes the ball more than the right. And then as you push through your left knee to hover your right leg, the right leg squeezes more. And then release. So you're kind of rolling the ball between the thighs. This time you are welcome to try and lift the right knee higher than the left. So the pelvis begins to rotate more. Kathy, watch the lean to the left. There you go. That's perfect. Good. Take a moment, pull your right knee up off the floor, maintain, try not to drop the belly around the spine, so maintain neutral spine. You are squeezing your right leg into the support of the left leg. And now lower the right knee, remove the ball, set it someplace where it's not gonna roll away. Extend out through the right leg, rotate open, return to Vashisthasana. Reaching your right fingertips to the ceiling. Push through the left hand, press the hips forward. Can you push your right foot down and hover your left knee? Yes. And if you want, you can extend. Well, don't do that. I want the right leg to be in full control. Yeah. Lower the left knee and return. Everyone okay with that? That kind of just got tossed in.
Socks off.
Probably, yeah, socks off so you don't slide, but whatever. The squeezing of the leg was what I was going for with the version of Vashisthasana is just a fun add-on. Second side.
Yeah, that was the word I was looking for.
Fun, yeah. We're almost done. Your fun is almost over. So you're gonna start just by rolling the ball between the thighs. Try not to let the hips move to the right, the pelvis move to the right. So your left leg squeezes in to the support of the right leg. And as you lift the knee, you may feel the muscles of the belly engage because there is rotation through the spine here, or rather you're beginning in rotation, you're coming out of rotation, and perhaps you even start to rotate to the left. You're going to lift the left knee, just pause, push through the hands, left hand, right knee, push down, your left knee squeezes in, and then you can just extend the left leg back and let the ball roll away. Push through the right hand, you're opening into Vashisthasana. So first thing, we're going to kind of offload this weight by engaging the glutes, breathing into back body, pushing into the right hand. And now can you push your left foot down and hover the right knee? Good. And then lower the right knee, lower the hand, lower the left knee to make some very good work. You're going to sit back. You can sit on the floor or sit on a blanket. If you remove your socks like I did, it would be helpful to return them. Good. Extending out through your legs. Reaching through the heels. Press the heels into the floor as you get nice and tall. Good. And then reach through the heels, find a little bit of forward fold. Good. As you tip the chest forward, again, push your heels down into the floor. And then get nice and tall, your big toes is poking. Good, do it again. Reach through the heels, find a little bit of a forward fold, and then press your heels down into the floor. Bring a little bit of a bend to the knees. How does that downward push impact the rest of your body? I feel it kind of lifts my torso. Yeah, I feel I can get longer. And then reach through the heels. Good, you're gonna sit up. Lean onto the hands. Lift your legs, cross the ankles, and tip forward. Same kind of thing. Press the outside edges of your feet down, and then find a little bit of a forward fold. Good. And then soften. Do it again. Press the outside of the edges of the feet down. Get long, maybe a forward fold. Good. Come up, lean back, uncross the legs, reach out through the heels, find a forward fold. Good. Come up, cross the legs, the opposite ankle in front, hinge forward. Press the outside edges of the feet down, get long. Good. Lean back. Uncross the legs. Reach out through the heels. Good. Lean back. Cross the legs. Good. Lean back. Open the legs. That's it. As you get comfortable, maybe you're trying to balance on your sits bones. Every time you cross the legs, it's the opposite ankle in front. Good. Lean back, bring the hands to the floor, step the feet wide, let your knees rock from side to side. Allow your knees to drop to the left and you're gonna pause. You're gonna be in, we sometimes call it like a 90, it's a 90-90-ish shape. 90-90 is when all of the joints are at 90 degrees. You don't have to be in a perfect 90-90-ish shape. On the left side, you're going to reach back through your right leg and begin to rotate more to the left, and then re-bend the right knee. You're going to take that a few times. You can have your hands on the floor. You can do this with hands lifted. You're kind of rolling towards a pigeon pose and then rolling out of the pigeon pose. And if at any point in time you want to come into pigeon pose and stay, you are welcome to. If pigeon pose feels good in your body, that is your choice. But if you want to continue to move in and out of this shape, that is also an option. And even if you're in a pigeon type shape, you can rock, you can roll, you can reach. Good. Coming out of this position, lean back on the hands. Again, just let your knees rock from side to side. Maybe noticing a difference between right and left sides. The next time the knees drop to the right, you're going to pause. You start to rotate over the right leg, and then you reach the left leg back, and then pull the left knee in, doing the best you can. You're welcome to find blankets to cushion underneath the body, to elevate the body. You can have hands on the floor to help you. Maybe you have hands on blocks. Maybe you're exploring aspects of this movement or the whole movement. And if you find yourself in a position that feels good, that feels appropriate, that feels constructive, feel free to stay. Once you're ready, coming out of this, making your way to the floor, coming to your back. Feel free to use a blanket to cushion underneath your head. Bending the knees, stepping the feet wide, let the knees rock from side to side. Rock to the right. You're going to reach the left arm across the body. Good. Now, know what you're doing. And then come back with the knees, take it to the second side. So there are many variations of this movement. One version is letting the arms, instead of sweeping across the body, letting the arms sweep along the floor above the head so the fingertips can grab. And then there's that other version that we've worked on where you're drawing the knee, the arms would remain as they are, reaching out like a T, and then you're drawing the knee across the body and reaching through the heel. You have to be aware of your neighbor. Good. So you can explore any variation of this movement that you'd like. And you can make up a variation that is appropriate. Something that nourishes and feeds your body this moment in time. If there's anything else that you need to do, please have to practice, please feel free. We've got some time here. Also, take the opportunity to do an extended shavasana. Letting yourself get heavy and soft. Taking up space. sitting up. Just starting to bring gentle movement back to the body. With the left leg extended and right sole put on the floor, just let your right knee rock from side to side, really gentle. No effort here. No additional work. And then when you're ready, just switching sides. Extend right leg, then left knee, just let the left knee rock from side to side. This can be a big movement, this can be a small movement. Doing something that feels comfortable. I don't want you to push into your deepest range. When you're ready, just draw the knees in towards the chest. Again, this does not have to be a tight hold. This can be loose. Maybe it looks more like a happy baby. You want to take hold of the feet, but use the hands to support the legs in some way. Let yourself rock from side to side, circles, moving gently. And then as you're ready, your own manner, making your way to thank you all so much for joining. Wonderful. Very good. You too. Thank you, Mary.